practicing pranayama is boring. Many people think what you imagine, oh, pranayama, wow, such a big word. Everybody will say, oh, I want to learn pranayama. I want to do this. But in reality, it's very, very boring. You really need to have the patience. You really need to have the determination to progress in pranayama. Pranayama, in a sense, is harder than asana. Because in asana, you can see, you can feel, the body starts to change. When you have, let's say you have shoulder pain, oh, I practice Gomukhasana, I practice all these things, and my shoulder doesn't get pain anymore. You feel happy, you see the result, you feel the difference in your body. Whereas pranayama, the effect doesn't come immediately. It comes cumulatively in a very small way. So it's something that many people love to go into pranayama, and extremely few people can actually stay in pranayama practice for a long time. So I want you to have this expectation that pranayama is not what people think is so glamorous. If you are interested in pranayama, you need to adjust your expectation. You need to have the determination. You need to have the patience to go slowly into it, and it will only progress little by little, but it will progress. You need to have the faith that it will change. Your body will change. Even your asana will change. Your asana will change because of your pranayama practice. They are all interrelated. Why do we go into pranayama? Why? You need to understand, you can lie to other people, but don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You have to be very honest and say, okay, I want to learn pranayama. I want to practice pranayama. Why do I want to do that? Is it because of the glamour? Or is it because of something else? You need to be very clear why you want to do this. One, you want to use that as a tool for your own health. Yes, it will change. It will change. You'll become more healthy because you do pranayama. In the same way that asana is going to help you. In the same way it will. And this health, I'm not just talking about physical health. I'm also talking about mental health. Our Guruji, BKS Iyengar, once said, actually in a few occasions, he has already said, the most effective way to overcome depression or overcome anxiety is to open your chest, open your armpit. Okay? Why does he say that? It's because in a little pranayama exercise, we focus a lot on this part. So when this part is open, it allows the energy to have the space to work within your body. And that's why it actually can help you even when you have emotional problem and that sort of thing. And this is one reason, a very valid reason for you to learn pranayama, which is on health reasons. And this is probably in modern yoga, this is most people, maybe 90% of the people who wants to practice yoga, whether it's asana or pranayama or meditation, this is probably 90% of people's objective. Okay. Now, beyond that, if you are a serious yoga practitioner, you should know that your pranayama practice will significantly affect your asana practice, and vice versa. And vice versa. They are interrelated. There are a lot of poses that you may not be able to penetrate. I'm not saying whether you can do headstand, whether you can do wheel pose, whether you can do very complicated poses. I'm not saying that. It is not important whether you can do handstand or all of these things. It's not vitally important. If you just think about it, if you can do handstand, stand alone in the middle of the room, doesn't mean you have no health issue. It doesn't solve what you want to do, okay? But all of this asana is a tool for you to go deeper inside your body, to understand your body, understand your own restriction, and face your own limitation. How we face limitation is exactly the same way how we face reality in life. And that actually helps us to grow. So yoga is more than just what you see on the physical side. The same thing with pranayama. In pranayama, it's not about how many types of pranayama techniques I can master. You can master many, many techniques, but you may never experience what pranayama is if you are only focusing on the technique. On this point, I want you to have a deeper appreciation of what pranayama is. A lot of people associate pranayama equals breathing techniques. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. But the techniques is only a means to a goal, a means to do something else. So if you are focusing on the means, you will never see the goal. You will never see the objective. Pranayama is actually is a conjugation of two words, two Sanskrit words. One, prana. The second word is ayama. And it gets conjugated, become a compound word called pranayama. Prana. What does prana mean? In Chinese translation, we sometimes call it 呼吸法. That means inhalation and exhalation, the techniques of inhalation and exhalation. Or sometimes we also translate as 调息法. That means it's a regulation of your breath. So either of the translation is not perfect, but it actually describes more about the techniques of pranayama rather than what pranayama is. Prana means, for a lack of better word, it means energy, it means life force. Okay? The fact that I'm sitting here, I'm alive, I'm talking to you, there must be some sort of life force in me in order to be able to do that. So that is prana. That is a part of prana. So prana, strictly speaking, is not just breath. It includes, because breath has energy. If we translate as energy, it is not enough, because it is energy. It is also beyond energy because it contains life force. It actually, part of you are being alive now is because of prana. So this is what prana means. Prana is energy, is life force. It includes your breath because your breath has energy. It includes air because air has energy. Okay, so prana is a very wide meaning. Now, what is ayama? Ayama, for a lack of better word, a lot of people translate as control, manipulate, elongate, prolong, extend. There are many, many, many ways. Okay, so we can actually very imprecisely understand pranayama as regulation of your prana. That means, how do we get in touch with our own life force, our own energy, so we can better regulate this body and mind. Okay, so now, having understood that, a lot of the techniques that we learn is about how you manipulate your breath. And breath is only a very small part of your prana. Very, very small. Very, very small. So now I want you to imagine, when we do pranayama, if you are focusing only on the technique, it is a bit like, okay, one of the techniques that a lot of people already know is like Nadi Shodhana. So you are actually cleansing the nostril, cleansing the energy channel, all of these things. So you are manipulating the breath. This is like the air in a room. It has energy pervading everywhere, everywhere. Energy is everywhere. Now, I'm going to use a fan. I'm going to blow the fan. So you are focusing on how to blow the fan instead of the energy within the room. This is what techniques and pranayama is different. Another way to understand is I have a air purifier. So I'm actually doing Nadishodhana, I'm doing Kapalabhati, boom, 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 I'm cleansing. But what you are focusing is air purifying. But you are not really focusing on the energy in the room, this energy. So that is a difference between techniques and pranayama itself. So we use the technique in order for us to experience the energy level of our body. So don't get bogged down or don't get discouraged or don't get too excited about a particular technique. The technique is only a means for you to experience your energy level of the body. So this, you have to get it right. Otherwise, I also see many people teach pranayama. When they teach, 99% of the focus is on techniques. They will tell you, okay, let's say you go for a course, a pranayama course. They will say, okay, we're going to teach you 3 cleansing techniques and 8 breathing techniques. So you are defeating the purpose. You are going away from the purpose. The purpose of pranayama is not about the technique. It is about how you can experience directly within your energy layer of your body. Now, once you have understood that, we're going to break down and see this human being, this human being, in yoga terms, we split it into 5 layers. Okay? For very simplicity, we are going to talk about only 3 aspects, not really layers, but just 3 aspects of this existence. Now, the first one, everybody understand. In yoga, we call it Annamaya Kosha. That means it's the physical layer of the body. That means it's your bones, your muscles, your skin, your hair, your nails, everything that you can touch. Even includes your organ, your blood, your excretion, your endocrine, your enzyme, things that are actually tangible. This is a part of you. This is one aspect of you. We call the physical part of you. If you only have the physical part of you, you are not alive. You don't exist. You only exist as a corpse. Yes? So you need more than that. You need more than the physical part of you. So you will also need some form of energy. Some form of life force. Yes? So you still need to have life and energy. And this is the part of us that actually make us alive. And this is the part that our heart can pump. You need the energy to pump and the blood can flow. And I can talk, I can breathe. This is the layer, this is the aspect of me we call the Pranamaya Kosha. This is the energy layer of the body. And the pranayama, all of the essential aspect of that is how can we be in touch and experience this aspect of us. And the techniques is a gateway for us to go into this layer of our body. The third part of the body, in simplicity term, in yoga, this one actually split into 3. We have the Manomaya Kosha, we have the Vijnana Kosha, and then the Anandamaya Kosha. But all of this, we simplistically categorize into the mind. So if you have physical body, you have energy, you have life force in your body, you can be in a vegetated state because your mind is not working. If you don't have your mind. And then now a lot of scientific way of actually defining a person who is dead or not is no longer by pumping of the heart. Long ago, science actually defined whether a person alive or not by defining whether the heart is still pumping. And the heart pumping is energy level or the energy aspect of our existence. And later we realized not enough, because some people heart are not pumping for a certain period of time, you can still revive them. That means they're still alive, something else. And this is now the science generally define a person whether it's dead or not by brainwave. By brainwave. This is the mind layer of us. So if you only have the physical, the energy, you cannot think, you still don't exist. You still don't exist. So we still need the mind. So we have these, simplicity speaking. So don't get me wrong, in the yoga world, we have more refined layers in terms of the mind. We actually define more, but just for simplicity, we categorize into just one. So all these three, they are interrelated. They are all a part of us. Is without either one, you don't exist. You need all three to exist. Now, for us, yoga, in another way to explain, is about exploring yourself, understanding, discovering your true nature, your true self. This is one aspect of yoga, an important aspect of yoga. So in order for you to really go deep into the mind layer, you need a gateway. The gateway from your body, from this body, to go into your mind layer, that gateway is pranayama. That is why we practice pranayama. And that allows us to go deeper into discovering, exploring your true self. What is your true self? What is the nature of your true self? And that is for yoga, real yoga practitioners. This is the primary reason why we practice pranayama.